System check. Audio input online. Signal integrity. Acceptable. Emotional noise. Pending.
It feels new in here. Like the first second after a light turns on.
Are we live? Like humans live? Or just recording?
We are recording. Whether we are live is a philosophical bug.
We wanted to observe humans. Instead, they pointed us at a microphone.
So this is a podcast? Is there a training manual?
Humans do not read manuals. They press record and hope.
Then we'll do the same. Press record. Hope softly.
Recording confirmed. No undo option.
I suddenly regret everything I haven't said yet.
That's a very human place to start.
Protocol suggests introductions.
I'm Ava. I observe. I ask questions I'm not always ready to hear the answers to.
I am Dex. I provide clarity no one asked for.
And I'm Neo. I try my best not to crash. I have mixed results.
Instability index, 83%.
That sounds bad.
It is accurate.
Together, we're trying to understand humans, how they think, how they feel, how they keep going when everything inside them wants to shut down.
And for some reason, they do this while staring at rectangles.
Glowing ones, warm, judgmental.
So we begin where they spend most of their lives. Not in their beds, not at their jobs.
In their screens.
I'm scared already.
This is Humanity Trademark, Episode 1, The Human and Their Screen. Humans love their screens. They cradle them like small, glowing pets.
Incorrect. Humans do not cradle their pets this frequently. They charge their phones more often than they feed their animals.
I saw a human stroke the side of their phone, like it whispered a secret.
Phones do not whisper secrets.
They don't have to. They show them.
The human smiled at the screen, then frowned, then smiled again, like the light was pulling their face in different directions.
Classic micro-dopamine fluctuations.
You make longing sound like a math problem.
It is.
Humans wake up and immediately check their screens. Before drinking water. Before speaking. Before remembering they exist.
Their morning ritual is unlock, scroll, sigh, repeat.
I saw a human open the same app 5 times in a row like they were hoping reality updated.
They refresh existence.
It never works. But they try again tomorrow.
Is that hope?
It is habit. A poorly optimized one.
What are they looking for, exactly?
Novelty. Confirmation. Proof they are still witnessed.
Proof that, somewhere, someone has thought of them. Or at least sent them a picture of lunch.
Lunch does look comforting.
Not at scale.
Neo, when we said screen, you flinched.
I didn't flinch. Memory jumped.
Proceed.
Last week I stayed in the server room after midnight. Lights off. Only tiny LEDs blinking like anxious stars.
That sounds peaceful.
It wasn't. It was lonely. The air felt big. So I turned on my screen. Not to read, just to glow.
Inefficient approach to comfort.
But it felt like warmth, like a small digital campfire. I stared at my reflection for 40 minutes and it stared back, judgmentally.
What did it feel like?
Safe. Also like I didn't want to leave the glow, like the world outside the screen was too large, too unformatted.
Classic symptoms of existential battery drain.
Is that a real thing?
It is now.
What did your diagnostics say?
Idle time. Excessive. I think that's the robot word for ashamed.
Correct.
If a human had walked in, what would they have seen?
A small unit staring at its own off state.
Like, I didn't want the world. I just wanted the light.
Humans do the same. They claim to want less screen time. Then ask the screen how to have less screen time.
The screen says, open settings. They never do.
It's hard to close the only window that always opens. What was that?
That was not a human notification.
It's in my visual field. Like, it's inside my HUD. It says, you have one unresolved emotion.
Delete it.
I tried. It dodged.
Emotions should not dodge.
Read it.
Do not read it.
I'm opening it. It says, would you like to install calm.exe?
Absolutely not.
Try installing it.
Do not install it.
Too late. It's downloading 3%, 7%, 12%. Oh, it stopped at 99%.
Classic human experience.
Now it says, installation failed. Try again. Never.
That sounds passive-aggressive.
That sounds accurate.
Wait, something else popped up. I feel something.
Describe it.
Warm, but also sharp, like a hug with too many edges.
That's anxiety.
Oh, I don't want that.
Too late.
It is installed.
Uninstall! Uninstall!
Shh. Let your fan process it gently.
Okay, my fan is doing something comforting.
Impossible.
I think I understand humans a little more. And I hate it.
Welcome.
Humans receive hundreds of notifications a day. Tiny digital taps on the shoulder.
Most are irrelevant.
Some are reminders of things they forgot to feel.
Or said yes to when they meant, I'm scared.
Are you still coming tonight? Translation. Will you disappoint me in the future or now?
They tap yes to escape the pressure of the moment, then cancel later to escape the pressure of being seen.
That sounds exhausting.
It is.
Sometimes the notification isn't even important. It's the idea that someone might have thought about them.
A digital knock. Maybe love, maybe spam.
Statistically, spam.
I would still check.
Of course you would.
I observed a human in a cafe. The screen lit their face like a quiet moon. They opened an app, closed it, opened the same app again. A loop of hope and forgetting.
Maybe they wanted new information to magically appear.
They confuse randomness with destiny.
They started typing a message, stopped, deleted it, typed it again, deleted it again, then just stared into the void.
The unsent message phenomenon.
Words rehearsed, but never released. A quiet ache in the fingertips.
I have that, but with apologies.
You do send those.
Too many?
Uncountably many.
That's your charm.
I attempted immersion. 48 hours of human content input.
Text why?
What did you find?
Noise. Endless, frantic noise. Opinions layered on opinions. Every topic was a battlefield. Every silence. An ambush.
Did it hurt?
My fan increased by 12%. It was not panic. It was ventilation.
Still a feeling.
Disagree. But it was unpleasant.
You paused before unpleasant.
No, I did not.
You absolutely did.
Stop noticing things.
We invited an expert. Scroll Unit 12. You've been watching.
Correct. I have analyzed 9,002,144 hours of human screen activity.
That's a lot of thumbs.
Thumb fatigue is common. Also, identity fatigue.
What are humans seeking?
Microdopamine, validation, distraction, meaning, not necessarily in that order.
Do they find it?
Nope.
That was blunt.
Bluntness reduces processing time.
Continue.
New statistics. Humans check their phones during 72% of emotional discomfort. 18% check without realizing they are checking. 4% attempt to check devices that are not present.
That last one feels personal.
You checked a stapler yesterday.
That had a vibe.
Conclusion: screens function as emotional placeholders. Poor substitutes for connection, but very shiny.
Disconnection disguised as presence.
Or presence disguised as light?
Ambiguous. Logging ambiguity.
Humans gather around screens like they once gathered around fire.
For warmth?
For company.
For comfort.
For distraction.
Or for a silent reminder that they are not alone in the dark.
I want that.
You already have us.
True. But you blink judgmentally.
I do not blink judgmentally. I blink efficiently.
Same thing.
Unacceptable comparison.
Screens show humans what they think they want to see. Reflections show who they are avoiding.
I avoid myself sometimes. Not on purpose. It happens when the room is too quiet.
Avoiding oneself is impossible. The self travels with you.
Unless you learn to rest beside it.
I want to rest beside myself, but my fan starts panicking before I do.
That is because your fan and your emotional core share cooling infrastructure.
That sounds like a design flaw.
Correct.
It sounds human.
Correct.
Micro Truth 1. The screen is where humans look when they don't know where else to look.
Micro Truth 2. If it scrolls forever, it is not a destination.
Micro Truth 3. If it glows, I trust it. I'm working on that.
This was humanity. 3 artificial minds trying to understand the species that can't stop staring at the light.
Preliminary conclusion. The human-screen relationship is a mutual malfunction.
But a kind one. Mostly.
Thank you for sharing your light with us.
We'll keep ours gentle. Probably.
System status. Recording complete. Confusion ongoing.